Previously on Talk That Talk. Why do we not, especially in more predominantly African American schools, use jazz as a building block, if you will, for music theory, or even just teach jazz, period? More jazz in our schools.
Because when people go to college, with the exception of schools like maybe Juilliard if you major in jazz, and some of the big jazz schools, or schools like Berkeley, where
UNT.
you go get your own job. Yeah, UNT, Berkeley. With the exception of schools like that, when you go there, your curriculum is based around the Eurocentric canon. Like, I mean, let's just be real. When you go there, you're learning Beethoven, you're learning Mozart, you're learning the different time periods of European music. Crystal said in the comments, the drum, syncopation and all those things come from Africa. I mean, if we want to be real, the drum itself comes from Africa. You know what I'm saying? But we don't teach that. We teach the first time,
Xylophone.
where do you hear, timpani in music? Came in the Baroque period. We're studying Bach. I'm in a class now. We're studying Bach cantatas and how, shocking it is to hear timpani in that music, because it was a new, concept at that time. So everything that we do is based around the European canon. So that's the reason why. And from a music department's perspective, when you go there, you have to learn these things to graduate, right? And very rarely, I think the only time we ever heard about jazz in class at Norfolk was when we did like music appreciation. Mr. Adams made us watch the jazz series. Mario, you were in my class for that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We had to watch the jazz.
Yep.
Matter of fact, you were in my group. Yeah.
Yeah,
me and you were in the same group. Like Mr. Adams made us watch the whole Ken Burns jazz series, and we were required, every group was required to present one of the DVDs. So I remember our group, we had to talk about Charlie Parker and
Charlie
Parker,
yeah.
And so it was in that late bebop period, right before Miles joined the group, on. So this is a roundabout way of just saying, because it's not required to be learned at the university level. We're required to learn everything else other than that. And it's really weird, because majority of students that go to HBCUs are not going to be playing in orchestra. They might take some gigs playing in the orchestra because they can. A lot of our students are exceptionally talented. They can play in any group. But the majority of them are going to be playing in R&B bands, playing in church, playing in funk bands, playing in rock, that type of thing. Like some type of show band. So it's what's required at these music institutions. And then, we're talking about accreditation. That's a whole nother topic. And then I think the last part too, Mario, and I'll jump out because I know you can speak to this better than I can. It's just hard to teach it. It's hard to teach it effectively. It's hard to teach it in a correct stylistic way. It's hard to get kids to learn how to solo. It's easier to play Granger because all you got to do is look at that music and have a competent director in front of you that can tell you, hey, when playing Granger, this is usually based on folk music from Europe. England in particular, England, Ireland, all those areas in particular. That folk music is a lot easier to teach than, hey man, there's a big difference between playing Bird and playing Cannonball. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think that's what it is. Go ahead.